unfortunately, in this day and age, I think through television and movies and social media, our kids are introduced to sexuality much earlier than I think in the past. And so unfortunately, I think it's causing many of our kids to grow up a little too soon.
There's so much that's sexualized, especially like even in children's movies and stuff like that. And I think social media has made it even more like broad.
It's been normalized so much, like I said, like if you don't do this, then oh, there's something wrong with you. Or if you don't do this, oh, no one's gonna want you. If you don't do this, then you're gonna be, you're never gonna have a boyfriend, or you're not normal, or etc., etc.
But going into high school, you go into an environment where there's a lot more people around you, a lot older people who are more mature than you are and probably have experienced things that you haven't, being a younger person.
And I think it increased because as we get older, who we are in our teenage years can become amplified as we reach adulthood. And college is one of those atmospheres where just because you get more responsibility, that doesn't necessarily mean you know how to handle it.
And I want to preface it by saying not all boys are this way, but teenage boys typically rather have a sexual relationship than just a committed relationship. And that's natural, and I will say that's very natural. At this age, boys and girls are both trying to explore their sexuality, so it's very normal. But boys tend to take it a little bit further. They want to see how many girls can I have sex with, and it becomes a game. No does mean no. And I think I refer back to John Oliver. He says, consent is like boxing. If two people don't agree, that means one person has committed a criminal crime. So no is just that. And no does not mean try to convince me. No means no.
Sexual harassment, sexual assault is a serious thing, and that hurts people. People kill themselves over that.
It can cause them to be depressed, withdrawn. It can cause bad grades and negative self-esteem. Suicide, definitely. When a person feels like, again, they are being forced to do something that they don't want to do, it can lead to suicidal thoughts, ideations, drinking, and even risky sexual behavior that can lead to pregnancy.
The thing is, our children depend on us as adults to provide the leadership and the guidance. There's so much that we pick up on in social media, on TV, and they may look good, but they're not always good. It's so important that our adults, we first listen to our children. We need to understand what their feelings are. And we can't be so quick to jump to conclusions. A lot of times we just need an open ear. And so if we don't have those conversations, the consequences could be fatal.
First of all, you have to have that relationship with your child to be able to have a conversation with them, to talk about sex, number one, and then the peer pressures that, don't let anyone be able to pressure you. And I say pressure, meaning always asking you questions and asking it the same question over and over again to be able to make them want to do something that they really don't want to do. Parents need to be able to be open and honest with their kids, number one, in order to have that conversation about sex and anything else when it goes to peer pressure from sex to drugs or whatever the case may be.
What do you want your child's end game to be? Do you want them to learn sex from a school perspective or everybody's doing it perspective?
Talking about it can't make the issue worse. It's only gonna bring it more to light and help it.
I definitely say because it would take the quote-unquote stigma off the away from the conversation. And when we educate people, anytime we're educated, we feel empowered. And so getting that conversation started with parents, educators, again, it just empowers people and educates people.
I would say the most important thing is to know who you are. Know who you are in nature. Surround yourself around good, positive people. And most of all, respect yourself.